vlog series. This is week 36 and apologies because I am a sweaty hot mess. I have said this in the last several vlogs that the UK has been very, very hot. This weekend in particular has been unbearably hot. So if you are heavily pregnant in the UK, I feel for you, I'm there with you. I hate to moan about great weather, but it's just too much. We're not equipped to deal with it, are we? So I'm currently 36 weeks pregnant, 6 days. So basically 37 weeks tomorrow. And I thought if I don't get this video in, I'm going to be changing over tomorrow. And I need to start doing my videos more regularly again because I really feel like this baby is coming early. And I don't want you to miss out on like the week by weeks. So I'm going to try and do them week by week for you. This week was eventful, like a lot of stuff went on. Like I had midwife, had a scan. I'm in full-blown nesting mode. As you can see, my bed has been stripped because I'm currently washing the bed sheets, and I've put down on my side of the bed doggy pads because as of tomorrow I'm 37 weeks. The baby is cooked. From 3 weeks before your due date, the baby is fully cooked, ready and raring to go. Could be at any moment, guys. So I thought, oh, let me put some little like wet pads underneath my sheets. Maybe if you haven't thought of doing that, there's a heads up. And I probably might even sleep on a towel because you just hear so often of women's waters breaking in their sleep, or they kind of sit up and it goes in the bed. So I thought best to be prepared. However, with Elvis's labour, my waters went after I started contracting, although they can still go wherever you are contracting at that time. So still need to be prepared with the wet pads or doggy pads that I've got. Right, let's get right into it. Week 36. I have started having 2 cups of red raspberry leaf tea a day now, if I can remember to. As I said, I'm not brewing it really strong or anything with several bags or on the stove. I'm literally just putting a tea bag in, boiling the kettle and having like a normal brew twice a day now. And I do that because I believe it like strengthens your uterus, and apparently you're meant to have like either, it's meant to help you either not go overdue or like have a, you know, faster labour. With Elvis, I didn't go overdue. He came at 38 plus 6. So basically just over a week early, and it was a long labour. So whether it works or not, I don't know, but I'm on to 2 cups a day. And as of tomorrow, I'm going to start 3 cups a day. I have been having my dates religiously. So if I have normal dates, I have 6 dates a day. It's a lot, but actually I love dates and I used to snack on them before anyway. So if I just spread them out the day or put them in a smoothie, it works. And if I have the medjool dates, like the big ones, which are my favourites, and they're really juicy, and I hate a dry date. So if anyone's trying to like nosh down the dates like me, just know like the dry dates are not the one. You need to go for like the Tesco finest medjool dates. Those are the ones. So I've been having 3 of those a day. I'm not sure if I'm meant to be having 6, but I just feel like that's a lot. So if I have the big ones, I have 3. I have definitely this whole like week felt as though I'm due on my period. I think I might have mentioned that in the last video, like that heaviness, that sort of like all rumbling, something is happening down there. And I've definitely had increased discharge. That's totally like normal. Like I spoke to the midwife, but what I did say to the midwife, and I'll come on to my appointment now, I said to her, like, I've definitely had a lot more like mucousy discharge. Like sometimes it can, very, very small amounts, but it can almost look like a clear jelly. And I'm sorry if this is TMI, but this is what these kind of vlogs are about. Almost like a clear little like jelly discharge, which reminded me of my mucus plug. But I know it's not my mucus plug because that's like a whole hunk of, if you're a first time mama, it's like the size of your palm, and it's like a hunk of stuff that's going to come out, that's also very mucus looking. And I had that. And again, my mucus plug didn't go until I was actually in labour with Elvis. So I said to her, like, oh, I just want to check, like, is that normal? Like, it's a bit mucusy. And she was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, it's not my mucus plug, but, like, it looks a bit like that. And she was like, oh, you know, some women, like, don't lose it all in one. Like, they can lose it, like, bit by bit as the week goes on. And I was like, sorry, what? Like, of course I didn't realise that, because, you know, sometimes when you've had, it's your second labour that you're approaching, you kind of not feel like you know it all, because obviously I have tried to do so much more research and hypnobirthing this time. I've definitely not felt like I know it all, but you do compare it, you can't help, to your previous experience. So in my head I was like, oh, it's not my mucus plug, I'm fine, I've still got maybe another 2 weeks. And she said it could be it just going like day by day, little bitty bits. So I was like, okay. So the midwife was meant to come on the Monday to my home because I'm having a home birth. She couldn't make it after clinic that day. I think they had a couple like emergencies, whatever, which was a shame because Ken was off that day and he really wanted to be present for that appointment. Obviously it didn't work out like that, and she ended up coming on the Tuesday. So on the Tuesday, she was examining me, and no word of a lie, she was examining me and she was like, whoa, oh, baby's right down there. Wow, wasn't expecting that. Baby's head is right down there, like couldn't be lower. And it was so funny because I was like, if Ken was here, because he definitely wants another 2 weeks, just work-wise, he just wants another 2 weeks of work before he's going to take some time off with me and baby. And I just think he needs to get his head around the fact that, wow, the baby could be coming any day, really. I know if he was there and she said that, he would have been like screaming. He would have been screaming internally, like, what does that mean? So afterwards I text him, and it was quite funny actually, because I said like what she said. And he was literally like, what does that mean, in capital letters, like, what does that mean? When is the baby coming? I'm like, it means nothing. It means that the baby's low, the baby's where the baby should be, head is down, we checked the heartbeat, you know, everything's good. But it just means be prepared, because people do have their babies from 37 weeks. I've got 2 friends that went at 37 plus 2. So, you know, I also don't want to get my hopes up, because when you are hot and bothered, heavily pregnant, you are at the point where you're like, oh, you know what, if the baby wants to come, just come. But you also want the baby to come when the baby's ready. So I would say this week, definitely feeling some rumblings at the start of the week. Midwife appointment went really well. It was very, very in-depth, because they have to go through all the home birth procedure, the safety side of things, just everything, make you aware of everything. And we have started to set up my birth room. So the room that I think I'm going to be birthing in, I've left the birth pool blown up, which I borrowed off of my cousin. I mentioned this to you before. I just feel like it's going to have good luck for me for a fast labour, because she laboured in like 6 minutes. You know, if only we could all be like Gabby, hey? What else? Oh, I felt like I've had very sensitive nipples this week. Definitely if I give my nipples a squeeze, I can get a little bit of colostrum out. I think that's what it's called. It's like the kind of clear kind of liquid that comes out. They are very sensitive and a little bit tingly, like they're preparing. You know, the girls are getting ready to breastfeed. That's how it feels. And I just feel like all these signs are coming. And I don't know, you might be at a similar gestation to me and you might be feeling the exact same things, or you might be feeling none of this, but it might just mean that really I'm going to give birth imminently within the next 1 to 2 weeks, whereas someone might only start feeling this at 40 weeks. I don't know if I'm just overanalyzing all the symptoms, but it really does feel like my body's telling me the baby's gonna come soon, hun. I hope you're ready. Definitely the sleep has been 10 times worse. I mean, sleep in pregnancy is not great anyway, but I have been needing to get up to go to the toilet twice a night, which is not fun. So broken sleep, and then because it's so hot and it's not been great, it's just very hard to get back to sleep. And sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit achy down there, or got like a bit of a lower backache or something, it does play on my mind a bit. I'm like, is something happening? You know, like rather than just going back to sleep. So that has not been that fun. And I haven't been able to take that many daytime naps because, as I explained to you before, Elvis is on 6 weeks holidays. I've been trying to be fun mum. It's just been hard because I'm like in nesting mode and I have a lot of energy for nesting. I have been like batch cooking meals, getting them in the freezer, cleaning the house. Everything and anything towards nesting is just like I've got energy for. But towards the second half of this week, in the evenings, definitely having to just have a lay down and go to bed, because I'm starting to feel a bit nervous, because I'm getting like lower back aches that feel very period like. The last couple of days I've had some mild cramping, and that's fine, like that's all good signs. And I'm really excited that my body's doing a lot of the prep work, because they sometimes say that sometimes people that have a lot of signs and, you know, a long lead up to labour, sometimes that's because their body does a lot of the dilating and prep work, and then when it's go time, your labour's much shorter. So that's what I'm telling myself, that's what I'm saying that my body's doing. Same time though, because I'm still currently 30, I mean I'm 36 plus 6, so I'm 37 now basically. But obviously in this later part of the week I was just like, oh, like we just want to make it to that 37-week mark, we don't really want to come too early. So rather than me continuing in the evening, if I felt like achy or a little bit niggly or a little bit period cramp like, I've been like, let me have a lay down, let me go to bed. And I think that that's the best. Whereas I think we'll see next week, maybe I'll kind of lean into it a bit more and be like, okay, let's bring this on, because to be honest, at the end, this pregnancy's gone fast. So I wouldn't say I'm sick and tired of being pregnant, but I'm just so excited to meet my baby now. Which brings me on to the scan. We had our 36-week growth scan this week, midweek, and they estimated that the baby was £6.1 already, which is much smaller than what Elvis was. However, very, very like good sized baby and cooked for 36 weeks. So you think if baby comes in the next week or so, they're going to be a decent size. And I don't think the scans are too accurate, so the baby could be bigger than that, we don't know. You know, I did tear the first time, so I wouldn't mind if the baby, as long as they're healthy size, I wouldn't mind if they were slightly smaller. But you know, I think that does come down to a little bit of coach pushing as well. So I'm going to really try and breathe this baby out. That is what my hypnobirthing techniques have taught me. I have started putting around like my affirmation cards, like for birth. Like, so for example, this one's just on my bedside cabinet. It says, my baby will be born gently, calmly and safely. These are just from the Positive Birth Company. I've mentioned them before. One says, I trust my body is perfectly designed to birth my baby. Another one I can spot is, my baby is the perfect size for my body. All these little positive messages really get you in a feel-good state. And I think that's so important for me now, to just be in this state of happy, joyful, calm, peaceful, which is hard when you're heavily pregnant. So I think you do have to like put in the work to really feel like that. But I'm so excited now, guys. I really feel like something's going on, something's happening. Going back to the sleep thing, it's not only that I've been having restless sleep, I have been having really intense nightmares. Not super scary, but the reason why I call them nightmares is because they're not particularly nice, but they're sometimes a little bit funny. So like I'll have like a dream where like someone's hunting me. I don't know if this is like my primal animalistic instincts in me, like basically saying, get into a cave, hun, you're going to give birth soon, you need to protect yourself. I don't know, but I keep having these dreams that people are hunting me, and then I had like, but then it will go into like something funny, like I'll be like, why are you hunting me? Like it's not like serious. I don't know, it's really weird. And then Ken was trying to hunt me in one of them, but then when he hunted me down, he just wanted to have sex with me, and it was really weird. And then he brought me an Oreo yogurt. I don't think I've ever had an Oreo yogurt in my life. It was just the most random like, but they're so vivid, and I just don't think it's helping my sleep. So yeah, the nightmares, they're like funny, weird, but they are nightmares. So if you're experiencing that, it's definitely a hormonal thing, because I have no clue where the Oreo yogurt or Ken hunting me down has come from. In general, I'm definitely like having days now where I'm so tired I don't feel like I want to do anything. And then I have days where I'm like super energized, ready and raring to go. So there's days where I'm still like walking like 6 to 10 kilometers, and there's days where I literally want to do nothing. I'm just listening to my body, trying to stay as active as possible. Not really comfortable unless I'm sat on my pregnancy ball, so I would highly recommend, if you don't have one of those, get one. And I'm just going to leave it there this week, guys, because I'm literally going to be back next week giving you another update. I mean, as long as I haven't had the baby already, we shall see. I think I will give you a 37-week update, then I have a feeling I'm going to have baby. So we shall see. Hopefully I'm not eating my words. And if you are in this final stage of pregnancy with me and you're just feeling sick and tired of it, that's fine, girl. I'm there with you. But also just remember, like, we've not got long left. It will fly by. Just keep yourself busy, get all your nesting done, wash those babies' clothes, clean that house, and your baby's going to be here soon. I can't wait to find out the gender. Like, I'm so excited. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and share.